The eye poke madness continues. Tom Aspinall's teammate Ante Della just took part in one of the wildest fights of 2025, and the MMA community can't stop talking about it. During his bout with Waldo Acosta, Della accidentally poked him in the eye, then followed up with punches that looked like they ended the fight. But chaos broke out when the fight was actually resumed after a long pause, and Acosta, still clearly struggling with his vision, came back to knock Della out. After the fight, Waldo collapsed to the ground, screaming in pain, his eye badly damaged, yet he somehow pulled off the win. This instantly reignited the Tom Aspinall controversy from UFC 321, where Tom stopped fighting after an eye poke from Cyril Gane. Fans flooded social media mocking the heavyweight champ, saying Della's fight proved it's possible to keep going through an eye injury and even win. Cormier and Michael Bisping quickly weighed in, comparing Waldo's situation to Aspinall's. Either way, the debate rages on, and once again, the talk around Tom Aspinall and eye pokes refuses to die down. Now let's roll the clip.
There's going to be a lot of people talking about Tom after this.
I don't think it can be directly.
No, it can't.
Related.
It can't. No, it cannot. It's just like, it's just fate almost. Like, because people are going to talk right? Ante Della is a training partner of Tom Aspinall.
Yep.
Tom didn't continue. He said apparently he still can't see. So
he still can't see.
You can't talk you can't. But Waldo did carry on.
And he knocked him out right away.
And then he knocked him out
that
cold.
Was the craziest. Let me tell you something, man. Here's the thing, right? You take the situations because they are different. They are not the same. And you look at them individually. Acosta said immediately, I'm at about 30% of sight.
Big things for Cormier Acosta. And he was talking as well. And there's going to be a lot of people online, as I say, talking about Tom Aspinall right now, which you can't do that. No eye pokes are the same. They're really not, you know. And it's all just unfortunate. It's unfortunate for Ant. It's unfortunate for Waldo Acosta. He was the one that got eye poked.
Ante Della has spoken out for the first time after his chaotic and controversial loss to Acosta, and he's not holding back. Della insists he was robbed and pointed out 5 major issues he had with how the fight was handled. First, he claims he didn't actually poke Waldo in the eye, saying the strike only landed near it and demanding a video review. Second, Della argues that the referee never called for a timeout and instead stopped the fight and declared him the winner, something that, according to him, shouldn't be reversed later. Third, he pointed out that his opponent was sitting and watching the footage during the confusion. Fourth, he emphasized that replays aren't allowed to be used after a fight is stopped, yet that rule was broken. Finally, Della insists the fight resumed irregularly after all that chaos, calling the situation a complete mess. UFC President Dana White reacted to all this chaos and the comparisons to Tom Aspinall's eye poke against Cyril Gane at UFC 321. Let's dive in.
I'm not going to comment on it. They both got poked in the eye, and the competitor that he is, he says, I'm not going out like that. They both got poked. You can't use that as an excuse. The guy either wants to fight or he doesn't. If he wants to fight, he'll let us know, and if he doesn't, he won't.
Did he say
No, I didn't talk to him. He walked right out of the octagon, did his interview, and I'm assuming he's on his way to the hospital.
Islam Makhachev just gave a new interview with Russia's Match TV, and he covered a ton of topics. Let's go over everything he said. When asked about the finish in Oliveira versus Topuria, where Ilia landed extra shots on a downed opponent, Islam defended the action completely. He explained that in those moments, fighters act on instinct, not malice. He compared it to his own experience, saying that when he knocked out Tabao, he didn't even need to follow up, but against Volkanovski, he still threw several extra punches before the referee stopped it. Makhachev said fighters are trained to keep going until the ref steps in, because stopping early can easily cost you the fight. When asked whether his opponents fear him, Islam gave a reasonable answer, saying some probably do, but others like Volk are unshakable. He said you can't scare a fighter like Volk because he's been through fire and water already. Islam was also asked if Ilia Topuria reminds him of Conor McGregor in terms of media impact. He laughed that off, saying it's not even close, but admitted El Matador is definitely one of the biggest stars in the sport right now. Still, he said nothing will ever reach the magnitude of Khabib versus Conor. When it came to his own plans, Makhachev made it clear he has no interest in going back down to 155 pounds. Even though a potential fight with Topuria is what fans keep talking about, he said it's not something that excites him personally. His reasoning was simple. He already has the lightweight belt, and dropping back down would just be torture for no real reward. Right now, Islam's full focus is on Jack Della Maddalena. He said he's enjoying training at welterweight, eating well, staying healthy, and preparing to dominate once again. It seems like the only way we're getting fighting Islam versus Topuria is if El Matador moves up a weight class and challenges for the third belt.
When I fought Tabao, I landed a punch and didn't need to finish him. Against Volkanovski, after the leg kick, I threw 6 or 8 unnecessary punches, but I wasn't in control at that moment. I was just waiting for the referee to stop it. A fighter fights until the referee says, stop, because stopping too early can be a mistake. That's why we train to go until the ref steps in. What will it bring me if I drop to 155 and beat Topuria? How could it be interesting to me? Win the belt again? I already have it.
Just a few weeks after knocking out Khalil Roundtree at UFC 320, former light heavyweight champion Jiri Prochazka threw a real curveball into the conversation by saying he's seriously considering a drop to middleweight, but only if that trilogy with Alex Pereira never actually comes together. Prochazka is riding a 2-fight winning streak over top light heavyweights, most recently scoring a 3rd-round knockout in a lackluster fight. Jiri made it clear that this isn't about getting bullied by bigger guys at 205. He insists he's strong, feels great, and believes he can still clear out the division despite most opponents being a bit heavier. The move is framed more as a personal challenge than a necessity. If the Pereira trilogy cannot be made, Jiri wants a new test, a fresh puzzle to solve in another weight class rather than sitting around waiting. Bottom line, he's not running from the light heavyweight landscape, he's just looking for the next big thing to chase. The only concern is the weight cut, which Jiri admits could be tough, but he knows his body and believes he can handle it. Matchups at 185 for him would be incredible and could bring new chaos to the division. Let's hear what he had to say.
In a recent interview, you teased a potential move to middleweight if you can't get another fight with if you can't get a fight with Alex Pereira. So what would that look like for you? You're a big guy, so would that be a tough cut to middleweight, or would it not be too big of a deal?
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. But for me, to cut to 93 is not a problem. I think to 84 kilograms, like middleweight, will be really something. And I believe I can make it with my body, because I know my body, so I believe I can make it. But it depends. Like, I really want to bring the title to Czech Republic, light heavyweight.
What do you think? Would you like to see Jiri at 185? Leave your comments below. That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.